The One Piece game has taken the card game world by storm. From people who love playing competitive TCG, who know nothing of One Piece, to people who enjoy One Piece already. On top of the recent success of Netflix live action, One Piece hype is everywhere. First off, hi, my name is Hermes, or HERMSAUR. I am an anime YouTuber who covers anime content and also vlog at anime events. And recently I found myself in the hole of One Piece TCG. I got into the card game because of my friends Kenfold and Yoruko playing at SakuraCon 2023, to me at AXGB purchasing my first competitive starter deck, which was ST10 3 Captains. Found myself building RP Luffy as my first deck as OP05 came out, and then I just went in from there. I came into this card game pretty late because of the scarcity of the cards. Even now, the scalper and resale prices are way too high. If you get a manga card, that can be life-altering money for some people. It can even pay for some of my debt. The more I started playing and building more decks, the more competitive I got, but I felt like there's a limit to how far I get. Since we're in OP07, 500 years into the future, and there is a regional in Pasadena in August, I thought, for one more time, why don't I try super hard to do extremely well at Pasadena Regionals? So let's go over some decks that I want to play during regionals, possibly. First off, Black Yellow Luffy. I've been practicing him a lot and I do really well with him, but recently with the new changes of OP07 meta, he's really hard to maneuver, and I can see why. Not only is he a top tier deck, but he is one of the hardest decks to maneuver in general. With this deck, there is no room for error, but if you play right, he is such a threat. Next, RP Law. I recently built him, had a few practice rounds with him, and he is pretty good. I can see why a lot of people like to play him, why a lot of people love him, and also why a lot of people hate him. The fact that Sokka is bad, he's a threat, removing things on board while also keeping his characters on field. Next, old reliable RP Luffy. Rogue as hell, my first deck, but also crazy to play. The fact that you can easily ramp into play high cost characters early game is so huge. Gear 5 Luffy is probably my favorite card to play just as an end game. And lastly, my spicy pick. Recently started practicing with him a little bit, but Blue Yellow Ace. He's so fun to play and he fits my playstyle. I'm super tempted to play him just because out of the practice that I got out of him recently, he's a lot of fun. I also wanted to interview some people that did really well who have a serial card, and also some really good players that I know personally. First off, we have Johnso, who recently placed second place with RP Law at LA Regionals. And next, fellow content creator and brother of mine that I met at SakuraCon officially, Mr. Voodoo. I'm here with Justin, or Johnso, who is the second place LA Regionals, I believe, right? LA Regionals, yeah, with RP Law. Came to him asking for his advice, especially since this is going to be my second regional, and this is the one that I'm actually trying to take a little bit more seriously than usual. So first, introduce yourself. Like, what was your first deck when you were playing One Piece, or when did you start playing One Piece?
I started playing in set 1, so last year, this November, December-ish.
Okay.
And the first deck I picked up was actually Red Green Law, because I just really liked Law as a character. So
RP Law is your current deck, right?
Yeah.
Is that your favorite deck to play right now?
Yeah, I've been playing it since set 4.5, actually, when the red hits were there. So
Okay.
I've been playing it since then, and then I took it to Nats for set 5. I topped 490 something.
Dude, that's what I'm aiming for.
I did pretty good.
What is your favorite part about playing and competing?
Oh man, I'm glad you asked that, because I have like no way or no outlet in order to like explain to people.
Yeah.
I feel like my favorite part, regionals top tables. Okay. Regional top tables is my favorite part because
it's like top 16, you think? Top 16?
Yeah, it's like top 32, top 16.
Okay.
Because for whatever reason, it's like once you're at that stage, you're playing with like people who know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And in the middle of playing against them, you kind of just hit like an ultra instinct, like epiphany, and you start finding new lines and new ways to go about playing.
Oh, okay.
Because they know how to play around like the normal stuff. It's like the average like RP Law player would go for like a bottom deck, play Sachi Penguin, but then there'd be like, but because they already expect that, something like that wouldn't be as impactful. So then I'd be like, well, they see me, they know that I'm going to do this. So what if I do this instead? Oh, wow, that's a better line. I pressured them at the same time. And now I have this in my arsenal of lines to play out instead of doing like the normal stuff, so that I can play around their thought process of trying to play around me, if that makes sense.
So you like in the midst of you like playing, you kind of find new strategies at the same time to kind of
it's like hitting Goku down bad so hard that he hits Ultra Instinct. It's like oh man, my normal way of fighting isn't working. You get hit so hard that you learn a new way to fight. It's
yeah. So when you're competing, especially like at top tables, like where's your headspace like before a competition and then as you play?
So before a game, I kind of just think to myself like, what's the matchup? And then when I think of the match, or when I see what I'm playing against, I think to myself, okay, so it's this kind of matchup, and I need to do this kind of, or like my game plan. And in order to win this game, I need to see these specific cards. So then I do my mulligan stage, my Vitanel, see my 5 cost, mirror, see a reduction in ramp, etc., etc. In the middle of it, so for me, I kind of see card games as like a mental game too. It's like a game of chess.
Yeah.
So being able to like read off the opponent's body language and how they're playing the cards. A big one is looking at their hands, because a lot of people like quiver and shake because of how like intensive, like the amount of tension in the game and like the stakes at hand is pretty high, especially at a regional. So it like tells me it's like they're nervous, they probably don't have the out, or they probably don't have a way to get rid of my board, and they might try to go for games when they might not be able to go for it.
Yeah.
And I kind of just like use that as like another tool of, oh, he's shaking. I have like no counter in hand, but I have so much confidence showing off my face, and I have a decent board, so where they're not going to go for game because they are not confident enough to go for game. They probably think my hand is just a bunch of 2Ks, but it's just like 2 bricks.
So it's also like having that game face just to
So
it's a mind game.
Poker game face is exactly.
So when you're thinking of like your opponent, like their body language, you're actually able to like read how they're feeling, as long as they're not bluffing, right? I never think of things like that. That's crazy. It is top tier thinking. What is your steps in like preparing for like you're going to Pasadena Regionals, right? So what is the steps that you're taking to prepare for it?
Figuring out what deck list I want to use.
But yeah, thank you so much for taking the time for me asking these questions. It'll help me out a lot. I learned a lot, especially with reading how people play. So that's really, really cool. All right, guys, now I'm here with Mr. Voodoo, the GOAT himself. I've learned a lot just by watching him play on his stream and stuff, and watch it and looking at his tournaments. So but first, introduce yourself. What was your first deck?
Yeah, no, I mean, you hit me with a great intro right there. I'm Mr. Voodoo, or you can just call me Voo, and I'm just a regular dude that enjoys playing One Piece. And so my first deck that got me into the game was Smoker back in OP02.
What's your favorite part about playing and competing?
My favorite part about playing and competing has to be that the thrill of going up, 1v1 against somebody and really testing yourself there, seeing how well you can do. I used to compete in tennis growing up at a pretty competitive level, and so just kind of recreating that adrenaline rush in a way, and wanting to just go head to head with somebody 1v1, man. No,
speaking of like your headspace when you're like competing, what is your headspace like when you're going to like a huge tourney like that? Where is your like mind at when you're facing your opponent? Like what do you think of beginning and middle and end game?
I think that my position and my my headspace is a little bit different compared to a lot of other competitors, just because of the fact that, I mean, we got the little pigeon on my shoulder, we got people, we got more than just the people there watching. And so there's added pressures for sure, but I try, through experience now, having gone to like multiple in-person events and whatnot, it's definitely something that I've been able to like tune out or not have affect me as much. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's just one of those things where you got to be able to stay calm, can't let those nerves consume you. And especially at the beginning of the game, I think I've seen a lot of people have the beginning of the game dictate the rest of the game for them, where they lose a dice roll, or let's say something funky happens at the beginning, it can really just ruin the mood for some people.
So how would you say you prepare for like a nationals or a regional?
I play Elden Ring Fortnite, shit, dude. that's how you prepare, man.
You prepare. You don't practice on sim. You just do other things. It's just like I gotta get my mind off of it, right?
Oh my god, but no, for real though. I think that I'm different, bro. There's a lot of people that they have specific groups that they practice with. Obviously, they have test groups. They try to make their way into certain discords. For me, shit, dude, I just chat. I have chat inputting, giving me their thoughts, because most of the time that I'm playing on stream. I don't play a ton off of stream, so it's just from people that have been a part of my community that I kind of trust their input and whatnot. So I guess you could say that is my testing group. I formulated my own kind of unique testing group in that way.
Yeah, and like your chat, they're like extremely helpful. Like they've helped me when I built Reiju, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I think,
hey man, sometimes chat is also can lead you to your downfall. I've had chat scream like, bro, go for a game, and I go for a game, just max swing, and then counter. So hey man, it's a double-edged sword.
Very, very true. So what is the best way to practice, or what is the best way to practice for you?
Oh man, yeah, it's one of those things where I believe it's unique to each person depending on how they learn and their current skill set. Because I think, like, for example, if we talk about beginners, people who are just getting into the game, repetition is great, but if you keep doing something wrong, it becomes a problem, and then it becomes habit there. So you want to be able to address those things early on. Now the issue is, though, at the same time for new players, is that they can't pinpoint those issues. They're like, man, I lost this game, but a lot of the time they can't see and self-criticize themselves. So having, a third party, such as a friend or somebody at locals or whoever it might be, giving you input there to bounce ideas off of, is great. And I think that also translates to the higher level there, coaching. I don't get coaching, but I do have, friends at a high level. So I guess you could say that's coaching in a way, like test groups. So I think that's probably the best ways of getting better.
What's good, guys? So we're here in Pasadena now. We're here for the One Piece TCG Pasadena Regionals. Everything that we've been training for, right here. Though, forgot my ID, so my girl is bringing it over because I'm dumb as fuck and I need to check in as fast as possible. So that's my B. Hopefully, I should still be good. Nonetheless, I'm ready as I'll ever be. And this is probably going to be the last time that we're going to be running competitively with Black Yellow Luffy. And also, more than likely, the last time I'm going to be doing a regional tournament like this. We'll talk about that after, but also we'll see how we do. 10 rounds, we're going to go through the whole thing, and we're going to see if we at least get one win. I'm okay. I kind of want to go 5 for 5 at least, right? But hopefully we can just top somewhere. So, top like 500. Going in, guys.
I think so, at least. I just got here, so I want to know.
To get our packs filled, right?
Here you go, boss.
Thank you.
Good luck.
I didn't even mind you.
Fan them out. Fan out the bands, bro. Fan out the bands.
Sweaty as fuck right now.
Was it Wings the Captain and special pack?
Special packs.
All
right, let's go.
That's
open
a guaranteed pull, right?
Yeah. Pretty much. Round 2, we got 2 regional packs and 6 Wings of the Captain's pack. See if we get anything good. Yeah, 15 minutes before it starts. We got Reiju, Kiku, of course, Yamato. We got the leader pack. Another leader pack. That's crazy, bro.
That Reiju thing.
Yeah. We are so unfortunate with these packs right now. All right. We got a leader. No, Sag. All right, let's go through these regional packs. So these are exclusive if you're competing, which is pretty cool. Let's see.
What's the risk?
Is it Kid? We got Kid. This one is Law. Wow, cool. Now I think I have all of them now.
I'm ready! I'm ready! Yeah. Let's fucking go! Let's go! I'm ready! You got this! You got this!
My sponsor. It was against Bonnie. I lose to
Bonnie?
that all the time, yeah.
Save your face, seal my fate. You burned me at the stake. Honestly, what's wrong with me? So what if I don't wanna be let go?
Lost. Have the right counters, and the gravity blades are really good against me.
Don't black my name. Don't paint the truth, your shame. Oh, I'm afraid the audience knows all of it.
Played it in L finally. It was close, but I kept breaking, bro.
The echo chamber sings so deafening. You play along, get what you want.
Bricked again.
Brick. Dude, man, I thought I can only get bricked up when I'm horny, but then I'm getting bricked up.
But you're always
Playing this
horny.
game.
What are you talking about? That's
Dude,
the
I'm
problem.
so flaccid right now. 6 for depression. Let's go, guys.
Round 6, baby.
Round
You
6.
got this.
No, I don't.
Pretend to remember. Are you blind? You don't have to choose a side. Are you all under this spell? Am I the only one who can tell? Dramatic, like magic. You're addicts. It's fucking tragic.
I did it finally. I got cards I needed. Against a law, too.
You had law, RP law?
Yeah, I played RP law, and usually that's a rough matchup for me, so I got all the kids' sabos now, bro. What the fuck? Now I'm 2-3. Let's go!
Honestly, what's wrong with me? So what if I don't wanna be alone? Don't black my name. Don't paint the truth, your shame. Oh, I'm afraid the audience knows all of it.
Alright, guys, we're 3 and 4, right? Yeah.
3 and 4. Yeah, that was your third win. You got the first back-to-back wins.
Finally, bro. And
You had to be
against
two
law.
RP laws.
The echo chamber sings so deafening. You play along, get what you want. Pretend to remember.
Whiff Central, boys.
With Central.
Whiff Central.
He was playing.
It wasn't too bad. He was playing Gecko.
Okay.
It's just I wasn't pulling the kid sabos. So Black Yellow
No
Luffy is
blockers?
like super dependent on the
The Sabos.
2-cost kid cards, like the children cards. So if you don't get it, you kind of have to like hard to play the adult cards, and that uses so much resource. So I just had to hold my L. I wasn't even pulling any Flampes. Again, rough, man.
How's the record, bro?
It's okay. It doesn't
fine, bro.
Hey, it's okay. Play it out. Play it out.
That's fine.
Yeah, he's got this. He
You
got
got
this.
this.
I didn't play bad.
It was close.
I didn't play bad, but I was just not getting what I needed. Per usual. I lost.
I know. I saw.
Yeah.
When I came in, I was like, "Oh, it looks Johnso." I saw his
Yeah.
board, and I was just like, and I saw your board and the
Yeah,
amount of cards.
he
and
had me.
He had you on the card count and
Yeah.
resources.
Yeah, for Black Yellow Luffy, you want to go turn 2 usually. I did not have resource on me, so it happens. And I didn't play the best that one.
It's the mirror match.
It is what it is. It happens. I don't think I got top 500. I hate everything. I hate this game. I hate this card. Last game was me. I lost that one. Even though it was a harder curve for me. Rough. So we went 3 and 7. At least we got the stamina. But the other times, 3-4 games was just not. It was rough. 5 of the games was like just whiffs and bricks. One of them was just I am not beating Bonnie, and then the other one is I fucked up. So this deck, honestly. Okay, let's talk about this real quick. Okay, excuse the mess. I'm in a tank top because it's hot as balls. If you guys saw the original clip of that, I actually ripped the card because I was pissed and tilted, and because I have multiple copies of that card. I even have a sealed copy of ST13 up there. Nonetheless, now that I had a few days to kind of think about like the whole regional tourney, to be fair, I was super tilted. I was mad. That comes with how, card games work. You know, it's a mixture of luck, but a lot of it is skill. And from, you know, learning and playing, one, I wasn't using the best version of Black Yellow Luffy. I was just using my version of Black Yellow Luffy. It wasn't exactly going to do super well. The games that I won was because of the version that I played. But if I played the actual like meta version of Black Yellow Luffy, I'm sure I still would have done really well and won. But it is what it is. You know, you learn. You know, I just don't think I'm a top tier player, and I think that's okay. I know where I stand, and that's okay. Did I have fun? Kinda. Not fully fun. It was a lot of it was very. I imagine just doing 10 rounds and losing 7 of them. It's tilting and it's exhausting. It's mentally draining. I took a 2-week break. When was this? This was August, right? Dude, I pretty much took a whole month off TCG after this. I just recently got back because of OPO8, you know, but even OPO8, I'm doing so poorly, but that's every beginning of the meta. Who knows? I learned a lot about myself and about the card game during this whole regional and this whole process. Now, I wanted to tell you guys that I lost a lot of files in the process of editing this. There's a lot of technical issues when it came to putting this together. Some files got corrupted and lost because I had to reinstall Windows. It was a bad time, man. And this kind of took the longest ever. One, because it's a lot of clips, and then 2, because I was burnt out of the game and I kind of just didn't want to look at One Piece TCG. I played the sim from time to time, and I was playtesting Nami, but other than that, like, the game became less fun for me because I was so stressed out about Black Yellow Luffy. And trying to figure out how to play it. Hopefully you enjoyed Pasadena Regionals. Will I be doing this again? I highly doubt it. Maybe I'll have some fun. I know I wanted to do a video doing Nami, but I need to get used to this meta first. I wanted to give a big thank you to a few people. First off, I want to give a big thank you to Hobby Overflow for sponsoring me and for believing in me. I'm their content creator. I'm not their competitive player. Come on, they don't want to. They wouldn't sponsor someone who goes 600 something place. I wanted to give a big thank you to Justin, aka Johnso, and Vu, aka Mr. Voodoo, for doing the interviews with me. I wanted to do another one with Philip, but then I know he was really busy. I was really busy. Our schedules were just fucked up, and I just needed to get this out. But yeah, for the people, you know, taking time to helping me. Also, big shout out to Wake for helping me film at Pasadena Regionals. He honestly took it like a champ and was just there at each round, just waiting for me to finish and then coming up to me. He knew what to do. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. It was fun putting this together, kind of.